All right. Okay, everybody. Ozmankollects63 here, and welcome to Relax and Read, where we just chill back, relax, and have a look at some of these comics that we can find on VeVe. And in case you're wondering what is VeVe, so VeVe is a digital collectors platform where you can find a premium licensed IP from Marvel to Disney to independent artists to all sorts of bits and pieces. And me personally, I like to collect comic books on this platform. In particular, the ultra rare comics, which I will go over in just a second. And if you've been following me, we're continuing on with the Days of Futures Past, number 2, which is, if it's going to let me, oops, nope, that's me. That one. So this is a continuation on of X-Men Days of Futures Past, which we read in the last episode. And yeah, this basically picks up right where that one left off. But before we get into it, I just want to say a big cheers to the weekend, everybody. So it's Friday, or Friday night for me. It could be coming on to Friday for you. You made it, getting there. So hopefully your day's going all right. Mine was pretty all right. It's Friday, but got there in the end. So big cheers to that. And so far it says I've got 0 viewers, so excellent. That's all right. I'll just chill here and hopefully we'll get someone pop in and say hi in a bit. All right. So let's kick this off by having a look at some of these covers. Oh, before I forget, Relax and Read is brought to you by the VeVe Collective. And in case you're wondering what the VeVe Collective is, it's basically just a group of us collectors that came together to provide a safe space where we can talk about our love of collecting, whether that be in physical or digital format, whether that be across VeVe, Palm, Cryptoys, any other collecting platform you might be involved with. Though VeVe is predominantly a digital collectors platform, but we do get involved with other projects as well. Some of them are crypto based, some of them are in real life based, and there's some different bits and pieces. So anyway, let's get into this comic. So if I take that away and I go hide, this is all in real time too, guys. So it's anything can happen. So bear with me. So the comic we're going to be looking at, hopefully you can see it all right, is this one here. So this is Uncanny X-Men number 142, which can be found here on the VeVe platform. You can see by the little blue logo here. VeVe does have a web app and a phone app as well, which you can find on the Android and iOS and Apple Store. And yeah, so this is the ultra rare cover by, I believe it is Trevor von Eeden and Edgar Delgado, and I really like it. It looks very cool. There we go. Look at my zooming function working. Excellent. And check this out. That Sentinel. It's got Storm in the hand and Blast and Wolverine. So bah, look at that. Look at that color. Amazing. So if I turn that off. If we scroll on down, so there's different variety covers to these comics. So we've got they go basically common, uncommon, they go rare, ultra rare, and secret rare. So the common, so in total this is a 20k run, which should say there it is, 20k run. Though this particular run has actually had burnt editions, so that means that they've actually cut 6,660 from the supply. So it's actually only 13,350 in circulation. So it makes it just a little bit more scarce. So yeah, so this is my personal copy. It's issue 1294. And yeah, it's the ultra rare cover, so very cool. Because I like the ultra rare covers, and that's just my thing. And yeah, so that's that. So in case you're unfamiliar with it, the Uncanny X-Men number 142, Days of Futures Past. The X-Men fight against the Brotherhood of Mutants in the future, and they battle the deadly mutant killing Sentinels. And linking these two worlds, these desperate battles in Caitlin Pride as a fate of... So basically, all hell's breaking loose, and the fate of mankind's on Katie's shoulders. So, if you haven't seen the last episode, which was Uncanny X-Men number 141, part 1, go back and watch that. It's on the it is available on the VeVe Collective's YouTube channel. So if you just Google VeVe Collective, I'll put a link down somewhere, or you're probably watching it already. Check it out there. Right. No more messing around. Let's get into this comic. So let's hit the magic read button, which is over here. Read comic. Wait for it to boot up here. Here we go, page 1. So let's crank some music and let's get into it. Sorry, I'm a little bit later than usual, guys. I normally do this about 8 o'clock my time. So it's about 12 Pacific Standard Time. I just had a few in life things I had to take care of. So but it's all good now. We're here and we're going to get into it. So let's crank some music. Let's start with something. Let's go with this one. Easy listening. All right, let's kick this off. So we've got page 1. There it is, the Uncanny X-Men. This issue, that everybody dies. Okay, let's kick her off. All right, page 2. Also, if anyone's watching on Twitter, by any chance, I can't see the comments at the moment, but I will look back when I get a chance. And if anyone does pop in on YouTube, leave us a like, leave us a comment, leave us a subscribe. Is always greatly appreciated. Even just a free thing you can do is just hit that like button. It's always nice. And yeah, let's get into it. So, Stan Lee presents the Uncanny X-Men. This is a tale of two worlds, and out of the child woman who sought to save them, mind out of time. Excuse me. 1980, the Uncanny X-Men, Wolverine, Colossus, Storm, Angel, Sprite, and Nightcrawler face off against the newly reconstructed Brotherhood of Evil Mutants in a hearing room of the United States Senate. In 2013, the remnants of that same self-team of mutant superheroes fight for their lives against the irresistible might of the Sentinels in a last-ditch attempt to save their world from imminent nuclear Armageddon. And linking these two worlds, these two desperate battles, is Catherine Pride. In her hands lies the fate of mutant kind, of humanity, of the Earth itself. Failure is unthinkable, and yet success may well be impossible, for she seeks to change history. And for anyone who thinks this sounds a little bit familiar, if you've watched the X-Men movie Days of Futures Past, that's what that movie was based off, is this storyline. Fun fact. Page 3. So Mystique's busted in with the Brotherhood of Mutants, all ready to cause hell. Let's see what's going on. Of the original Brotherhood, only the Blob remains, joined now by the blind precog Destiny, who can see the future, Pyro, the master of the living flame, Avalanche, whose touch disintegrates inanimate objects, and the group's leader and mysterious shapeshifter called Mystique. Senator Kelly is fond of speaking against the mutants' menace, my colleagues, and I are that menace incarnated. As an example of our dreaded power, as an object lesson to those who would oppose us, we intend to kill him. That doesn't sound very good. This is monstrous. How dare you freaks turn the United States Senate into a battlefield? How dare you threaten me? Marshals, arrest those people. Yeah, like the marshals are going to stop them. Look at this. Keller, they're brave. That's better. Kelly, you're either the bravest man I've ever seen or the dumbest. Either way, you're going to die today. That's enough out of you, fatso. You and your mutie playmates have gone too far. This time you ain't got it. You're gonna pay for it. Whoa, you got me shaking in my boots, cop. Clump, you're talking to the blob. Just come along quietly or else. Or else. It's like, what are they possibly going to do, the blob? Page 4. And here's the X-Men on the scene. Stand aside, X-Men, or suffer the consequences. You want Kelly Mystique, you'll have to go through us to get him, says Angel. Oh, it's a double page, that's why. You are real terror against ordinary people, Blob. Let's hope the X-Men prove as easy to deal with, says Avalanche. Beams of force hammer out from Avalanche's hands, giving the marble floor a liquid fluidity and sending it flowing towards the far end of the room like a tidal wave. No power on Earth can move me if I don't want to be moved, or no force on Earth can harm me, says the Blob. Well, that's just going to the other panel there. It's a bit of a double panel, that one. I probably should. There we go. Maybe not. Doesn't make much of a difference. Page 5. Yeah, page 5. Nightcrawler reacts, first using acrobatic skills honed by a lifetime in the circus to keep his balance on the swiftly tiled floor. Then he attacks in his own style, uniquely his own. He teleports, goes materializing again and again right behind Avalanche. I can punch and disappear far faster than you can react. He's German, so he says German words. Even your armor wouldn't protect you for long against the fierce assault. Avalanche, strike to your left, says Destiny, because she's a precog, so she can see where he's coming from. That's it. That is where Nightcrawler will reappear. Puffs! Avalanche cops Nightcrawler in the guts, and he's down. Oh, Pyro's in action. So Colossus, you've the power to transform yourself into some form of metal. I wonder, can that metal melt, says Pyro. I do not know. I do not intend to find out. This Englishman has created a hand of fire. It's grabbing me, says Colossus. Oh, he's on fire. He's in trouble. That's a fancy flamethrower you're packing, Bob, says Wolverine. I wonder what'll happen if I punch my claws through the fuel tank and into your stinking hide. Wolverine's retractable claws are forged of adamantium, the strongest metal known, and he has no compunction about using them. Wolverine, don't, says Storm. Storm, have you flipped? What do you think you're doing, says Wolverine. The X-Men's newly appointed team leader ignores Wolverine's impassioned protest as she uses her elemental powers to ferociously create a whirlwind that yanks Wolverine away from Pyro, and a torrential blast of rain to douse the flame hand around Colossus. So she's using her elemental fires to basically put out the fires, her elemental powers to put out the fires and whisk Wolverine away. Alright, page 6. Nice move, Storm. With the country's growing anti-mutant sentiment, the last thing we need is Wolvie carving someone up, even if it's a villain. Angel, find Senator Kelly. He must be protected at all costs, says Katie, because Katie knows what's going on because she's from the future. Nearby, scrambling for their lives, are the X-Men's founder and mentor, Professor Charles Xavier, and his colleague, In mutant research, also his one-time love, Moira McTaggart. Charles, what the devil is happening, says Moira. It's almost too fantastic to believe. Somehow the mind and persona of the adult Katie Pride from 30 years in the future has psychically exchanged places with that of her teenage self. The body of Sprite is inhabited by the consciousness of the woman she will become one day. That's daft. Moira, I telepathically scanned her mind. It is the truth. Professor Xavier, let's get you out of here. And Dr. McTaggart, out of here as well, says one of the coppers. That's the first sensible suggestion I've heard all morning. Charles, if you're right, if time travel is possible, if as a result history is mutable, we have to redefine our concept of reality itself. We'll never be completely sure what is from one moment to the next. That's frightening, perhaps. You'll be more safe in here, says the policeman. Thank goodness. Wait, Moira, I sense some sort of energy field around this woman. She is not what she seems. Ah! This big gas bomb thing goes off in the room. You spotted the electronic dampener field, which kept you from reading my mind, Xavier. Until it was too late to do you any good, says Mystique as she changes back into her blue form. Page 7. So hopefully I'm coming through nice and clear. All right, everyone can hear me okay. If not, let me know, and I can try and make adjustments. But let's keep going. See what's going on. So far, Xavier's down. Mystique's about to grab him. That shot of nerve gas instantly paralyzed you. Now deprived of your telepathic guidance, with only the woeful, inexperienced Storm to lead them, the X-Men will be fatally crippled, says Mystique. You are my most dangerous foe, Xavier. I should kill you while I have the chance. But for the moment, I think you're of more use to us as a potential hostage. How fares our future, Destiny? Says Mystique as Destiny enters the room. I'm not sure. Beyond a certain point, the images become jumbled, difficult to read, says Destiny. There is a random factor present, Mystique, an anomaly that strikes to the very heart of the time stream. So long as it exists, nothing is certain. I've tried to pinpoint it without success, she says. No matter, with or without your foreseeing help, my friend, the Brotherhood will prevail. We shall see. And speaking of Destiny's temporal anomalies, something's gone terribly wrong. My presence here hasn't changed a blessed thing. Have I endured and gambled so much? Only to fail, says Kitty Pryde. Kate Pryde's thoughts twist forward across the decades to her home, a North America ruled by Sentinels, giant super sophisticated robots programmed to stamp out humankind. By the turn of the century, virtually every mutant, superhero, and supervillain in the United States and Canada have been either slain or imprisoned. Now the Sentinels prepare to expand their operations to the rest of the world. Other nations, however, view that as an act of war. To head off that world-destroying confrontation, the few surviving X-Men, joined by Magneto, hatched a desperate plan, the sentimental event that led to the Sentinels' recreation. Was the election eve assassination of presidential candidate Robert Kelly by the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Prevent that one act of terrorism, and hopefully the Sentinels would never come to being. And the X-Men persuaded to rush to Washington to block the Brotherhood's attack. But as the battle wears on, Katie realized bitterly that history is proven far harder to change than she anticipated. Yeah, right, so it ain't so easy changing the past. As we've seen from other movies like The Time Machine, for example, you can't change the past. Because I believe it's the events of the past is what prompted you to change it in the future, and it creates what we call a paradox. Fun fact. Let's read on. All right, so we're in the future. In that future, the 4 people whom Kate Pryde loves most slowly, carefully pick their way through the ruins of Midtown Manhattan. Wolverine, Storm, and Rachel are the trusted friends she could have ever wished for, but Peter Rasputin, Colossus, is her beloved husband. For Kate, the most terrible irony of their plan is that if it succeeds, the love she and Peter shared might vanish along with the Sentinels, but the risk and the potential loss was accepted. There was simply no alternative. "Hold it," says Wolverine. "Another patrol. The Sentinels are busy tonight." Not surprising, considering I successfully busted you out of your South Bronx concentration camp, trashing more than our fair share of Sentinels in the process, says Wolverine. "They'll be expecting us to try to make contact with my outfit, the Canadian Resistance Army. They wouldn't be expecting Manhattan on their main build. They wouldn't be expecting an attack on their main headquarters, the Baxter Building. If we knock that out, their hamstrings, their operations across the entire continent will have to hit hard and fast." "I will take the lead, Logan," says Storm. "Okay, Aurora, good luck. My friend, I stopped believing in luck the day I saw my parents slain before my eyes when I survived." Oh, apparently, all my life I've flown with death. I, who once swore never to kill, have killed, and if I must, I will kill again, says Storm. Apparently that will happen in X-Men number 102. It says a little thing there. In my own way, I've become as hard, as ruthless, as merciless as Wolverine, says Storm. I've become so numb I can't even hate myself anymore. If anything, my soul feels tired. But as long as breath remains within me, I must do what must be done. Raw energy flows through the Storm, automatically sharpened and focused by her mind and her mutant metabolism, manifesting itself at last as her awesome, irresistible bolt of lightning. She zaps a sentinel in the head and he's like, "Ah, malfunction! I'm under attack, help!" Alright, page 9. We've got 23 pages in this comic book, by the way, so we're nearly halfway there. The Sentinel never knows what hit it. Kong! And he's down. Rachel, you remain here to protect Kitty as best you can. I wish I knew how Kate is faring in the past. Why is it taking so long? I don't know, Colossus. Our world may not change at all. Instead, Kate's actions could create an entirely different timeline, an alternate parallel timeline. Could be the spaghetti timeline if you've seen the new Flash movie. So the time switch could be a wasted effort. Great. Wolverine, I'm sorry, I just don't know. Storm, these doors are locked. You'll have to give me the locks and alarms. There we are, Wolverine. It seems I haven't lost my touch. And she's in. It was a lifetime ago when I was a street urchin in Cairo, being trained as a thief by Ahmed El Gaiber. I hope I said that right. Those were hard days, but happy ones, though I was happiest still years later in Kenya. The urchin became the goddess Ororo, the weather witch who used her mutant powers to help the local villagers. I wish I was there. I wish I was that child again. I might as well wish for the moon. The coast is clear, my friends. Well, the coast is clear, my friends. The Baxter Building, the old HQ of the Fantastic Four, contains some of the most sophisticated electronics lash-ups on Earth. That's why the Sentinels chose it as their primary base. But it's in a base with an Achilles heel. Whoops. Wrong button. Whoa, too close. That's better. If our intelligence reports are accurate, the housekeeping system is still operational. This electric I-beam is in my belt buckle should activate the Fantastic Four's private elevator. Okay, that's kind of weird. This electric I-beam in my belt buckle. Okay. Bingo! All aboard! Next stop, the roof, says Aurora. And the fight of our lives. Nervous, Aurora? A bit. My claustrophobia of confined spaces still puts me on edge, but I can't help thinking that it wouldn't take much to turn this tiny box into a death trap. That's it. I'm the same. I don't like elevators either. Alright, let's read on. Page 10. Washington, 1980. The X-Men are losing. I want to help, but I dare not. The news reports of Kelly's assassination made no mention of precisely who killed him. It might have been any one of the Brotherhood. Like it or not, my duty lies with the Senator. My place by his side. Look at it all happening. Look at that. Colossus is losing his arm in Blob. Pyro's burning everything. Angel's off all over the place. Wolverine's riding a rock. He's having a great time. I am certainly justifying Xavier's faith in naming me team leader. My debut is rapidly turning into a debacle. Cyclops could do a far better job. But Cyclops is not here. He left on the eve of absence in X-Men he left on leave of absence in X-Men number 138. Fun fact. I did not want this position, but now that I have it, I do not intend to fail. We are hampered by the camp space of the hearing room, and by our attempts to protect the innocent bystanders trapped in there. More than anything else, we need some fighting room. With that thought, Storm calls up a hurricane blast of wind. So it's gonna make some space. Okay, page 11. Catching all the combatants by surprise and hurling most of them out of the Capitol building and into the Great Mall. Good grief! That sounds. Someone's bombed the Capitol. Says innocent bystander. Yeah, and it was probably the White House that did it. Joanne, those are the X-Men. What a story. I got to phone this into the paper. Rick, Senator Kelly's committee was holding hearings today. Do you think they're alright? Before the young woman's frantic question could be answered, another shockwave rocks the mall. The explosion of fist against armor. Boom! Colossus comes launching out of the building, along with Storm and Wolverine. As Colossus discovers that where the Blob is concerned, he is far from irresistible. He is far from an irresistible force and a very immovable object. Oh, here comes the Blob. He's leaping out of the building. I told you, Ruski. Unless I decide I want to move, no force on Earth can move me. But that ain't all I can do. I've been training myself to manipulate my mass. I've just made my body so dense it can squash even you flat. Yeah, right. He's turned himself into a big old blob ball. That may well be so, Blob. If you land on me, boom. Luckily, Colossus is a bit quicker and got out of the way. Alright, page 12. But we changed the music up a little bit. Let's go with this one. Yeah, that's kind of groovy. I'm feeling that. I've been hitting him as hard as I can to no effect. It's like punching a body made of porridge. Perhaps the impact has stunned by the white wolf. Blob picks up the wall there and throws him off against it. Surprise, Sonny. Remember, I not only can't be moved, I can't be hurt. Either I could probably trash all you new X-Men all by my lonesome. Unnoticed by either the X-Men or the Brotherhood, an army fast reaction special weapons team has arrived from Fort Myers. Oh no, it's the army. Major, who are the good guys and who are the bad guys? Who do we shoot at? Says the soldiers. What was the man? He's probably gonna say, shoot at everybody. It doesn't matter, Sergeant. Trash them all. We'll sort out the details later. Concussion cannon fire. That classic line. Say, shoot them all, let God sort them out. The energy weapon built by Shaw Industries, its design deprived from the same principles as Iron Man's legendary repulsor rays. Strikes to deadly effects. Right, so it's basically like a big Iron Man hand cannon. Colossus, look out! Ah! Colossus is hit. He's down. That's the one. That's one down. Let's see if we can't persuade the others, says random soldier, that their fighting days are over. He's got a big flamethrower looking thing. So I think Pyro's gonna have some fun with that. Just a bad move, gentleman, using fire against one who can shape those flames into anything he chooses and then turn them against you. I trust you all have adequate pensions. Your families may need them soon. Sarge, look out! It's a big flame monster. Ah! Page 13. The soldiers are paralyzed with fear. Even if they ran, Pyro's BC would fry them before they got to a dozen steps. I'm the better target, the more denser one, for I've got to catch Pyro's attention, draw his creature after me. Angel's ploy works in a way while the fire demon reaches for the retreating Angel. Pyro sees that his comrades is in trouble, and one fire monster splits into two. What's the matter, Bob? If you're so invulnerable, how come you're so scared of my claws? With the speed of thought, the demon lashes out. Wow, he's wrapped up, he's frying Wolverine, he's in trouble. He's getting toasted. That's better. Alright, let's read on. Only seconds to act. Even Wolverine's mutant healing factor ability can't cope with that damage. That flame hand will do. Pyro's fire monster is huge. I'll need a considerable amount of power to counter it. And I'll have to do it on the first pass. Wolverine won't survive long enough for me to try a second time. Time's running out. Storm's got to douse this fire demon thing or Wolverine's toast. In the blink of an eye, Storm catches high above the mall, gathering speed and strength as she goes in another blink. She slams down through the heart of Pyro's creation. Boom! Blasting it apart with a massive wedge of air that hits with the force of a battering ram. Wolverine, mein fired. Oh, some German word I can't say. Are you alright? I'll live, elf. The fireproof, irresistible molecules of my costume shield me from most of the flames, and my fast healing abilities already dealing with my burns. I own Storm Power. A few more seconds I have been a goner. So Wolverine's alright. His mutant healing abilities kicking in. He's going to be back in action in a minute. Alright, page 14. Get through it. Oh man, Crawler, that hurts. For you to admit that, Wolverine, you must be in agony. Let me help. What the devil? Wolverine, beware, that's not me. I'm me. One of the Brotherhood must have shapeshifted. There's 2 Nightcrawlers. Whoever you are, villain, you just bit off more than you can chew. I like being unique. I don't take kindly to doppelgangers. Neither do I. This is crazy. Which is which, says Wolverine, as the 2 Nightcrawlers are battling it out. I'm still too woozy for my burns. My senses can't tell them apart. But I figure the real Nightcrawler ought to be able to teleport out of the range of my claws. Wolverine, shield your claws, says Storm. Not a chance. We're in the middle of a fight, Storm. I'm in no mood to debate. Sheathe them or use them on me, says Storm. That could be arranged, babe, says Wolverine. Goodness, he means it. I am leader of the X-Men. While that is so, you will use your claws when I command and no other time, says Storm. I wouldn't take this from Cyclops, says Wolverine. You will take it from me. You possess speed, strength. Your unbreakable adamantium skeleton makes you nearly indestructible. You should not need your claws, except in the most extreme of situations against the deadliest and most powerful of foes. Alright, Storm, I'll do as your way for now, but this conversation ain't finished, not by a long shot, says Wolverine. Oh, there's gonna be hell to pay later on. Right, page 15. Ladies, since you and your pint-sized pal would obviously much rather feud than fight, it seems only fair that I send you far away from here with you can do it in peace. Avalanche, grab my hand, Wolverine. I'll fly us to safety. If you hadn't chosen such a stupid moment to get squeamish, lady, we would have been in the mess in the first place, says Wolverine. What about Nightcrawler? Who's going to help him? I want no help, Wolverine. I intend to finish this fight on my own, says Wolverine. Says Nightcrawler, who's still wrestling the not Nightcrawler. Pyro's flame demon has given up on me. He's endangering more soldiers. I got to airlift them out of the way. Wolverine, come with me. I need your assistance to defeat the Blob. Fine by me, Bob. I'm in the mood to defeat someone. The bigger the better, says Wolverine. The Blob boasts that no power on Earth can move him. But suppose we move the Earth he sits on. Like Archimedes said, pal, give him a big enough lever and I can move the world. It's smart to use me as a fulcrum or as a lever that I beam crack before my adamantium steel bones will. Alright, so they're going to use Wolverine there as a fulcrum to sort of try and lift the Blob. Yo! You got him in the air, Colossus. What are you going to do when he comes down? You're going to die, Risky. That's a promise, says Blob. I intend to prove that no matter how awesome the Blob thinks his power has become... Oh, there's 2. Oh, we got a comment. Hey, Captain Obvious, good afternoon. So thanks for tuning in. So I hope my audio is coming in okay and you're enjoying the reading. So we're just reading Uncanny X-Men number 142, which is Days of Futures Past, Part 2. So kick back with me if you can and enjoy the reading. Let me know how I'm doing. Alright, we're out to page 15? Yeah, page 16. Page 16. Colossus will not be crushed by him, by anyone. Boof! Colossus cracks Blob around the guts. Blob, oh no, says Avalanche as he comes crashing down on top of him. Excellent, Peter. That's two of the opposition beaten. Angel rescued those soldiers. Now to deal with Pyro. He thinks himself protected by his flame creature. He forgot that while flame burns anything, water douses fire as she opens up the heavens and drenches his little fire monster and himself. It takes virtually all her strength of body and will, not merely to create this storm, but more importantly to control it. And to do so, she wraps weather patterns for miles around the District of Columbia. She creates a monsoon, confessing it into a tiny section of the mall, hit by this raw, primal elemental force. Neither the fire demon nor the man who brought it into being can stand against it for very long. Meanwhile, 3 of the Brotherhood are down, now a 4th joins them perhaps, as it's Nightcrawler against not Nightcrawler. Oh, Captain Obvious, yep, coming through nice and clear. Excellent, that's what I want to see. Okay, page 17. So we're getting towards the end of this comic. Okay. Oh, Baguchi there. Because it's in German and I can't read German. Your mystique. Your skin, your eyes. If this isn't indeed your true form, my god, we are so alike. Could it be, Kurt Wagner, that you are not so unique as you once thought? You know my name. Who are you? Ask your mother, Magol Stardos, who would know better than she. And if anyone knows the comic book lore, I know who Nightcrawler's mother is, but I won't spoil the surprise. Bumble Spuddy, the army's got Blob, Avalanche, and Pyro in custody, and they're looking to add the X-Men to their collection. Angel, no, we mustn't leave just yet, or if we leave, we take Mystique with us. Some of these things she said, I must learn the answers, the truth. Well, she's got Nightcrawler thinking now. She's knowing things about his past. But when the German-born mutant turns to face his foe, she's disappeared. With her shape-changing power, she can transform herself into anyone she pleases. I'll never find her, says Nightcrawler. I underestimated the X-Men, but neither again the Brotherhood will be rebuilt stronger than ever, and when the time is right, the X-Men will die, says Mystique. I'll generate a fog to cover us while we change back to our civilian identities. We'll rendezvous back at the airport, and I'll make sure the Professor and Moira are not unharmed. It's too bad you revealed your identity, Wings. The Fed is going to try to crucify you for your caper. That short stuff is why I employ the best lawyers in the country, says Angel. Storm, all of you, wait. What about Sprite? Why has she not joined us? And Destiny, the last of the Brotherhood, where is she? Wouldn't Sprite still be protecting Senator Kelly, says Nightcrawler. Of course. Oh no, says Storm. Alright, let's see what's going on. So Destiny's gone after the... Of course, Destiny can see the future, so she probably already knows what's going on. Anyway, back to the future. 2013. We've arrived. Troops so far, so good. So far, Logan, we have done little good, says Aurora. Destroying a few sentinels will not save the world. That's so, Robo. But zapping this baby here ought to give us the work something fierce. Oh, zapping this baby here ought to gum up the work something fierce. He's Omega's series, a low number one of the executive cadre, and he's all mine. So, by the sounds of it, this is an important sentinel, and they're going to take him down. Give me a fastball special, PT. I'll gut this sucker from the head to his hips, says Wolverine. Oh, here we go. P's giving him the fastball special. He's flying. Summoning all his considerable strength, Colossus hurls his friend towards the seemingly unsuspecting sentinel. And the sentinel's like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, just doing his little thing. Wolverine takes off like a runway missile, but fast through he flies. Uh-oh. The sentinel's reactions are a fraction faster. He turns around and goes, aha, peekaboo, zap, and blasts all the skin off Wolverine, leaving nothing but his bones. Pathetic organic being, are you so arrogant as to believe you could even approach, more or less penetrate, or hinder most sanctum undetected? So, to quote a famous Star Wars admiral, it's a trap! So they're in trouble now. Not so, you were, because we allowed you to be here, to better to terminate you. Yield, X-Men, or suffer a similar fate. So there's poor Wolverine, he's nothing but adamantium bones. So I guess he's out of the game. Never! And he flies up and zaps his head. I guess that's guessing that's Storm. Excuse me. So Storm's having a go at him, but not much is going on. Sentinel Omega 5 has been terminated. Additional Alpha combat units respond to this location immediately, says one of the Sentinels. We may be hurt, Sentinels, but we are not beaten. We have faced greater odds and triumph, says Colossus. Terminate one Sentinel, terminate 1,000. It makes no difference. Our numbers are too great, says the Sentinel. Eventually mutants will overwhelm you. Storm, I've toppled him. Freeze him, says Colossus. With a tremendous effort, Storm surrounds the Sentinel with a fearsome blizzard, dropping his surface temperature far below zero. In a master of seconds, making his metal skin dangerously brittle. One punch from Colossus will shatter it. While she concentrates on the robot, she counts on her airborne maneuvering to protect her from his companion. So she's trying to stay fast and nimble before his mate knocks her out. But they're putting up a valiant fight, but I don't see this ending very well for them. Ooh, page 20. 3 pages left. Let's see what happens. This time, she hopes in vain. Uh-oh. Peter! She's been hit by a dart. She's down, she's hurt. Aurora! Peter screams. She's got a big, massive looking spear in her back. Peter Rasputin was ever a gentleman, a man of peace, a man who, like the woman he holds in her arms through life, the most precious of gifts and love, the most precious celebration of that gift. Aurora was a sister to him, the best friend he ever had, and he finds that her death is unendurable. Boom! He knocks that Sentinel clear out of the building and down to ground level. His hands red with her blood, he screams, and moments later, when he feels himself gripped by a murderous berserker fury to rival Wolverine's, he welcomes it. On the street far below, tears stream down Rachel's face, but she makes no move to wipe them away. Instead, she holds the unconscious body of Catherine Pride Rasputin within
which resides the mind and soul of Kitty Pryde, tight to her breast. In my mind, I feel Aurora and Logan die. I can feel Peter's rage. I want to break contact, but I can't. I don't want Peter to be alone when he's dead so quickly. Finally, I've experienced death so often in the minds of others, yet I'm terrified of dying myself, she says. If Kate's body dies here, will her mind be trapped in the past? If so, I wish her a happy life than the one she's lived. We did all we could, my darling Kate. Now it's up to you. So that's it. Looks like it's game over for the X-Men in the future. There, it's all gone to pot. So, is there still hope? Could they still make a change in the future, in the past? Let's read on and find out. 1980. The blind precog Destiny has Senator Kelly cornered, but if she can physically scan the future, why hasn't she spotted me? Unless the time switch has made me somehow invisible to her precognitive abilities. My colleagues have been defeated, yet victory will still be ours with your deaths, she says. Murdering me will accomplish nothing. True people will fear mutants, as they fear all terrorists. But they won't be cowed by their fear. They'll fight back. They'll destroy you, Destiny. Possibly, but you are a greater threat alive, she says. Do not try to evade my crossbow bolt, Senator. I will sense your plans a heartbeat before you even formulate them, and fire where you are going to be. I wouldn't give you the satisfaction. If I got my hands on you, mutant, I'd probably break your neck, she says. But I won't. Destiny laughs so softly and tightens her finger on the trigger. So she's going to do it. She's going to off him, and she's going to be the one that starts it. But as Destiny fires, Kate phases wrath like thoughts her calling upon her decades of training and experience the act of her child self. My mind, says Destiny. The temporal anomaly are part of consuming me. Senator Duck, she says, as she phases through Destiny. She throws her aim off. And then the crossbow bolt goes flying and misses him. She wills her shoulders to become solid, bashing the other woman's arm and throwing off the aim. So the Senator's been saved. She's missed. In that split second, an abyss opens within Kate Pryde's reality, twists inside out, and suddenly she comes face to face with herself as a child, so innocent, so vulnerable, and so young. Impulsively, she gives herself a kiss and lets the winds of eternity sweep her home. So by the sounds of it, that's game over. Oh no, we got... Whoops, wrong one. Got 2 pages left. So Katie's done now. I think her consciousness is heading home. Sprite, are you alright? Senator Kelly, have you been harmed? Says Aurora as she comes flying in. Storm, where am I? This isn't the danger room. I feel awful. Who are you, young woman? Who is this child? Says Senator Kelly. I am Storm, leader of the X-Men, and I suspect this child is the person who just saved your life. Mutants like people are both good and bad. You would do well to remember that, Senator, before you ask to condemn us all. Storm, says Wheels. Professor, the authorities are coming. I must leave. We will rendezvous at Angel's private airfield. Xavier, Miss McTaggart, thank heaven you're all right. Destiny captured as well. Have no fear, my dear friends. Neither you nor the Brotherhood will be in prison for long. This Mystique swears. So Mystique's going to bust him out. But probably later on. Later en route to the Winchester, New York mansion that serves both as Professor X's school for gifted youngsters and the secret headquarters of the X-Men, Professor X explains all that has transpired to the dumbfounded Sprite. You remember nothing after blacking out of the danger room, says Xavier. Nope, except, well, I think I can feel someone kiss me just before I woke up. Perhaps it is for the best. I think if I knew my future, I would spend my life trying to change it. You said you mindscaped me, Professor. What did you find out? What do you mean? That Katie Pride is a delightful and admirable. That Katie Pride is a delightful and admirable person. As Katie Pride, the rest you will discover in due course. So in other words, I can't tell you, because otherwise it will spoil your future. Professor, we saved Senator Kelly. Katie's mind has been returned to her body. Does that mean we've changed the future? I do not know, Warren. Cliches though it sounds, only time will tell. So stay tuned. And our final page, page 23. Oh, the epilogue. A month has passed and Senator Kelly's committee has finished its hearings and submitted its report to the president. Now on a chill December evening, both Kelly and his good friend industrialist Sebastian Shaw, ooh, I know that name, who's unknown to Kelly is both a mutant and a supervillain himself, are summoned to the White House. Sebastian Shaw, also formerly known as Kevin Bacon, if you've seen New Mutants First Class. Oh, sorry, X-Men First Class, that's the one. Come in, Robert. Robert, Sebastian. I won't brandy words, gentlemen. I've read your report, Robert. Its recommendations are dangerous. They may be unconstitutional, even criminal. A draconian attitude for someone who owes his life to the mutant X-Men. A life that was threatened initially, Mr. President, by the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. So they're talking to the president. If there were no mutants, period, my life wouldn't have been threatened at all. There is also the national security aspect, sir. An anti-government group of superpowered beings, mutants or otherwise, or such a group in the service of a foreign enemy would be a serious threat to our nation. I realize that, Sebastian. For the moment, our actions will remain top secret and covert in nature. The operation is code-named Project Wide Awake. Allow me to present the man who will head it. Henry Peter Gyrick. He will be responsible to me alone, and his authority in the matter will be absolute. Your first priority, Henry, will be to work with Shaw Industries to design and construct the new series of robot sentinels. You'll have my word. You'll have them, sir, and you have my word. This mutant controversy will be resolved. If we find them to be a threat to this republic, a threat to the world, a threat to the human race, they will be dealt with permanently. Oh, next is the demon. When you're alone, Katie Pride, no one can hear you scream. So Henry Peter Gyrick. So those of you who are not familiar with X-Men lore, he's a pretty predominant figure in there as well, and I'm pretty sure he's got some well-known parents, if I remember right. But I won't spoil the surprise. And I believe that is the last page. And yeah, that's the end of it. So that concludes our reading for this evening. I'll go back to the page. So yes, this has been the reading of X-Men, Uncanny X-Men number 142, which is, close this now, there we go, which is the Days of Futures Past Part 2. So if you're interested in checking out this book on VeVe, this is the ultra rare cover, but let's find the common cover. So the common cover is going for 2 gems, and if those of you who are not familiar with how this works on VeVe, is a gem is basically equivalent to a US dollar. So it's basically going for $2, and the VeVe platform has their own marketplace, so you can basically create an account, hook up your credit card or Visa card or whatever you got, you can choose to purchase this and pay by your credit card or your card, and then you can basically open it like I'm doing right now. Go comic details. Well, this is a comic preview because I don't own this one, but you can go, that would say read, like we just did, and you can read them in this, and you can also read them in AR format as well, which, in case you're not familiar with that, means augmented reality. And yeah. So anyway, guys, it's 10 o'clock here in the UK, which is where I'm streaming from. I got to jump off in a little bit for a live stream coming up soon. It's Bob Sale's birthday today, and he's doing a live stream on his channel, Bob Sales this time next year. If you're not subscribed, go check him out, or give him a Google on YouTube if you're not familiar with him. Does amazing content related to VeVe and digital collecting. And yeah, if you enjoyed this reading, so oh hello, we got one. Choo choo, fire. Thanks, choo choo. So sorry, I'm just wrapping things up, but you can catch it all in the replay. Yeah, if you enjoyed this reading, so give us a like, give us a comment, subscribe, write a bit of feedback. It's always appreciated too. So if you like something about it, if you didn't like something about it and want to see something improved, so I do. So it's good stuff, fam. See you later. Thanks, Choo-Choo. Appreciate it, buddy. And yeah, so just leave us a bit of feedback. It's always appreciated. If there's something you like, something you didn't like, or I can improve on, I'm always looking to add different things to this experience. And yeah, if you want to see a comic, if you're familiar with the VeVe platform and you want to see have a comic suggestion for me to read, chuck it in the comments as well. So I'd love to hear about it. Give us a follow on X Spaces or Twitter at Ozmankollects63. That's me. Yeah, follow us and I'll follow you back, provided you're not a bot. And yeah, so I'll wrap this up now. This has been X-Men, Uncanny X-Men number 142, read by myself at Ozmankollects63. This has been brought to you by the VeVe Collective, which is our collectors group, which is basically a group of us that came together to form a safe space where we can share our love of collecting and digital collecting, whether that be Marvel, DC, Disney. So whatever you're into, it's just a nice little geek out space where we can all enjoy enjoy the fandom of anything, all things geek. And yeah, all right, okay, I'm gonna finish up there. But yeah, I also do Twitter Spaces as well. VeVe weekends and VeVe Wednesdays. VeVe Wednesdays is from 8 till 10 Pacific Standard Time. Well, sorry, 8 till 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And VeVe weekends, which is about 12:30 till 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon Pacific Standard Time on Sundays. And if you're into Twitter Spaces, jump in, give us a listen, and yeah, appreciate all the support. All right, guys, that's it for me. So this has been Relax and Read. I've been your reader, your voice, Ozmankollects63. And yeah, I will see you in the next episode. Have a good one, and talk to you soon. Take care, guys.